Okay everyone, so now I'm going to show you how to use picnic.com to edit your photos and send them out to different websites or download it back to your computer and use them for various reasons. So to do this, all we need to do is go to picnic.com, picnik.com, and I'm using a Mac here with Safari as my web browser, but you can be using any type of operating system or web browser. You can use Internet Explorer, Firefox, you can use an operating system like Windows Vista, Windows XP, Windows 7, or Mac OS 10. Anything will work. And that's one of the advantages of using this website. You don't have to download anything, there's no registration necessary, and you don't have to log in or create an account, so that's great as well. So to get started, all we do is we click on this button right here, Get Started Now. And that will go ahead and load into the main site, and it's a Web 2.0 site, so it basically allows us to, it simulates an application being on your computer itself, but we're actually online to do this, which is great. It's very easy because you can do it from any computer. So to get started, we're going to click on Upload a Photo. Now if you don't have a photo and you want to work along with this video, there are these 3 photos right here, and you can click on one of them and open it up in the same way I'm about to upload a photo. But if you're ready to upload one, you click on the button here, Upload a Photo. And I happen to have a photo ready, and it's on my desktop, and once you find your photo wherever it is on your computer, you select it and open, select it, and it uploads very fast. So this photo is very large. In the bottom right you can see that it's 2560 by 1440. That's like above HD as a resolution. It's a very high resolution image. In fact, it's so big that if you look down here on the zoom, it says it's only 32% of what the image is supposed to be. If we drag this zoom to the right and we go up to 100%, you can see that it's very large. I mean, this is the photo, it's very big. So I'm going to go back down to the 32% to fit it on the screen here. And what I want to do with my image is to resize and to crop it. Since the the resolution is so large, it's a large file, and that means that if I wanted to put this online onto Georgia View, for instance, it would take up more space and it would be harder to download for some students depending on what kind of internet connection they have. So I'm going to go to resize here, and also, by the way, if you hold your mouse over on any of these different buttons here, it actually gives you information on what it is. We're in the Edit tab, but again, you can hold your mouse over any of these buttons, and if you want to change the color, which I'll show you in a second, we can do that. So we're going to click on Resize, and there's a little question mark up here to the left. If you click on that, it gives you some information, and that's on every button as well, so it will quickly tell you what to do if you have any other questions. Now you can use percentages if you want to edit the photo, and you can basically choose, I'd want to have 75% for instance of the original size, but I'm going to reset it and I want to use the actual dimensions, and my goal is to make this image 1280 by 720. So I'm going to click on this and choose 720. And you can see that the other side automatically changed because I kept the proportions. So now that I've made the size of the photo smaller, I'm going to click OK. And that's it. It looks the same, but if you go down here back to the zoom, you can see that it's now at 65% instead of 32. So I have made the image smaller. Now I'm going to also crop it, so that way I can have it so it will fit in a particular space on a website. I go to Crop, and you can see here, this enables me to select what part of the photo I want to crop in. The grayed out area is what's going to be deleted. Now if I go to the if I go to the question mark here, it gives me some more information. Now what I want to do is I want to have a photo that's going to be at 720 by 480, which is actually a 4 by 3 aspect ratio, and what that means is that it's more appropriate for certain types of monitors. And so by doing that, it's given me this amount of crop space I wanted. I'm going to go ahead and clean this up so I get more space. And I want to have that part of the photo. So that's it. And all I do is click OK. And my image is now cropped. It's that easy. So I've accomplished what I wanted. And before I go to the Save and Share tab up there, I want to also show you some quick things here. You can go to Colors if you want to change the color of the photo, and you can basically choose auto colors. You can change the saturation by dragging this right and left, and you see how it changes. Looks like it's really black and white. It's kind of a cool effect. You can change the temperature, right or left. And I'm going to hit reset to not select anything, and then hit cancel, and that'll bring me back to the other thing. I can also go to exposure and overexpose the image to make it look like it's kind of you know, a really bright day when I took the picture, or I can go to contrast and change the contrast to over contrast. Now there's many different settings to get the type of desired look you want. So I'm going to hit cancel. Now I'm ready to share and save this photo. I'm all done, so I click on the Save and Share tab, and now there's a bunch of different options here, but automatically it's going to save it to my computer. If I wanted to email this photo to somebody, I'd click this. If I wanted to print the photo, I'd click that. You know, email the photo, you can select someone's email address, your email address, etc. But I want to save it to my computer, and I'm going to rename this file to the 720 by 480 image it is. Now I can have several different formats I can save it in. I can do a JPEG, PNG, and it actually tells you what you know, the best different options are. If you need it as a TIFF file, for example, you can do that, but a JPEG is perfectly fine for my needs. And another interesting thing is I can drag this bar and it tells me if the compression quality is good or not. You know, this one, for instance, it says okay quality, somewhat small file size. Now 8 is completely fine. It's a sweet spot of good quality size and file size, a good quality image. It's only 152 kilobytes, so that's a great size. That's it. So now I'm just going to save the photo, and I want to save it to my desktop where the other image was, and I'm going to click save. And now I have saved the photo. That is it. Now at this point I can either close out that photo and open up another, I can continue editing it, I can post it on various other websites, but I'm going to close it, and now I'm brought back to the original page we started with. And you can upload another photo, you can start with one of these demo photos again and play around. So there's lots of things to do on this website, but it's so simple that most people would find this very useful for quick little edits for photographs, or you know, if you want to change some color instead of having to open up a program like Photoshop. This is much easier to use. Again, my name is Tommy Tornroos. I am the digital media specialist in the instructional design unit. The best number to reach us here, if you have any questions, is 678-915-3992. My personal number is 678-915-6858, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you.